Immersive Sims, not to be confused with simulators. Like, these are games that emphasise player choice. The goal of an immersive sim is to challenge the player to find their own way to play and complete the game, usually having lethal and non-lethal options, skill trees with a variety of different skills that span attack, defense, utility, traversal, with their own sub-skills to change or improve the base skill. And they're pretty fun. I really love a game that allows players to really get creative. No concrete paths or no one method to finish the game. And one of the best examples, in my opinion, would be Deus Ex.
I never asked for this.
Both Human Revolution and Mankind Divided. These games are absolutely fantastic at allowing the player to explore the world in their own way. You can run in guns blazing, sneak in and take everyone out silently, or you can complete your objectives without even having to encounter an enemy in the first place. The tutorial for Human Revolution specifically is perfect in how it doesn't lay out all your options and instead encourages you to look around. Sure, it gives you an end goal, but it doesn't tell you exactly how to get there. And then there's my absolute favourite part of the game that I haven't really seen done well anywhere else, and that is Casey, Computer Assisted Social Interaction Enhancer. This augment basically allows you to directly monitor the behaviour patterns of a target you're talking to, predicting their responses and telling you which response you should take to diffuse a situation or manipulate your opponent to your favour. And you never have to use it. You can play the entire game without ever purchasing the skill, or any of these skills.
I asked for this.
Ironically enough, in a game about being augmented, you don't have to buy any extra augments than you're given from the outset. You can complete the entire game without ever touching anything else. My second favourite example is Dishonored, both 1 and 2. These games are absolute mastercrafts when it comes to an immersive sim, basically being the blueprint. The basics are, you're a guy with supernatural powers, and you guessed it, skills cover all types of areas. Utility, lethal, non-lethal, traversal, and once again, you never have to use any of these skills. Flesh and steel, no powers, no enhancements, just you and your sword, and gun, and crossbow, and grenade. The fact that you can play a game built around superpowers with zero superpowers and not run into any issues whatsoever just goes to show how much love and thought was put into these areas. Imagine removing the web swinging from Spider-Man or the Batmobile from Batman. Like, it's unthinkable, but they did it and it works. And as you guessed, there's no concrete way to play the game. Every assassination target has multiple methods. You can take the easy way and outright kill them from across the room, or you can explore and discover new ways to eliminate them without getting any blood on your hands. One of my favourite parts of Dishonored is the chaos system. Chaos is measured by how you play, and it's measured by 4 different stats. How many people you kill, how many people you don't, how stealthy you are, and how many times you get spotted. In Dishonored 1, kills directly affect the world. Corpses allow for the plague to spread. There's a plague, by the way, leading to more rats on the streets, less people, more weepers, and increased security measures. Whereas not killing anyone but still being loud gets the security without all the death and stuff. And as you guessed, the Dishonored franchise is basically on hold for almost the exact same reason as Deus Ex. First one good, second one good but not sell. Publisher mad. Publisher hit franchise with rock. Arcane are still making games, ignore that one. The Blade game has some promise, and we can only hope they can bring immersive sims back to the front lines with it. A more recent one you might have heard of would be S.T.A.L.K.E.R 2. Although it's not an immersive sim, the S.T.A.L.K.E.R games have a lot of elements of these games being sort of quasi-immersive sims, such as like first person with minimal UI outside of inventory management, deeply atmospheric with special attention to weather effects, simulation approach to gun functionality and maintenance, as well as food, water exposure and body damage survival mechanics, mostly non-linear open world exploration with objectives, different approaches possible in each situation, emphasis on immersion and believability. AI characters and threats interact with each other naturally. Now, one issue with immersive sims are that they are kind of dying out. Those are the words of the Arcane Lion founder, Raphael Colantonio. I mean, this is a niche genre that just doesn't appeal to the mainstream or the widespread player base. Games that just aren't for everyone. And with games getting bigger and more expensive, it's getting harder to justify their existence in the eyes of a publisher who is on the lookout for the next Fortnite or Call of Duty. Not that Immersive Sims will die, instead elements of these games are going to slowly bleed into other games. Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom come close to being Immersive Sims, only difference being they don't really incorporate the story into the freeform gameplay. Not that it's bad. I love that the game allows you to tackle the world in any way, any direction, or skip the game entirely and just head straight to the final boss, but they technically aren't Immersive Sims, being closer to quasi-Immersive Sims like the S.T.A.L.K.E.R series. And I do highly recommend giving some of these games a shot, as they hold up to this day, and the only way we are going to keep getting these types of games is if we keep buying them and playing them. So to start off, the Deus Ex series, specifically Human Revolution and Mankind Divided if you want the more modern iterations, Prey, Dishonored 1 and 2, Fallout New Vegas, Control Alt Ego, Gloomwood, Cruelty Squad I think, Shadows of Doubt, System Shock, the Hitman series, We Happy Few, Vampire the Masquerade Bloodlines. Vampire the Masquerade Bloodlines 2 is releasing sometime, eventually, probably, Bioshock and Alien Isolation. And those are just the ones that I've played myself. There are so many of these games if you just know where to find them. And that's it. That's all I got. Thanks.